a thing from me.
Hello, welcome to this video. Today, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be doing a Q&A. This has been long awaited, I want to say, since I've done like my 50 random facts about me video. I went on Instagram and I had you guys ask me some questions or ask questions for us to answer. So I'm going to go through them right now. What you said, like one, you pick one, I pick one. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and answer some questions. A lot of you guys asked the same questions, so I went on Google and I just looked up other questions for us to answer to spice things up. Cause I was like, get some variety, you know what I mean? Before I forget, if anybody wants to follow me on any of my social media accounts, they will be listed up in the corner. Right?
Which corner?
This corner here. Your face is blocking, but it's somewhere there.
Oh, it's right there.
And they will be linked in the description down below. Also, if anybody wants to know where I got my shirt from, shout out my boy Henry. He got his own little thing going on. I'll link it down below. He has different designs and it's really dope, so check him out. But yeah, okay, so now we're gonna officially get started. I got my Tito's. He got his crackers.
This is gonna be the first question. Who is the funniest?
Oh wow. I already know your answer.
Me. I'm the funniest.
And as much as I don't want to admit it, he is the funniest.
I'm the funniest. Put me anywhere, we're gonna laugh.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Not saying she's not funny.
I'm funny. I think I'm
You're
funny.
funny.
I'm funny in a weird way. You have more like darker humor, but you
I
are
have
like
dark
you have
and
other
dry humor.
you have other humor too. But like me, I'm just
But I can make simple jokes.
I'm just flat out goofy.
Yeah.
So, we can answer like the basic ones.
Okay.
Age difference.
Not much.
Not much of an age difference.
2 months. If you want to be specific, November 21st, January 16th. Yep.
Not really much of an age difference, but
none at all.
Mentally.
What? Mentally.
No. At a more mature level, we are the same age, but I have to say he is a little more mature than me. But when it comes to certain things, when it comes to like responsibilities and being an actual adult, he is a little more like secure with that. Me, I'm like, I don't fucking get it, you know?
We have taken 2 different paths in life.
Yes, we have.
She is doing the YouTube thing while going to school.
Yeah.
Me, I'm currently working full-time, 40+ hours because of overtime, and I just got promoted. What advice would you give to couples? For example, about arguments, jealousy, trust, all that good stuff.
Well, since you picked it, do you want to go ahead and...
If you don't trust each other, if you feel jealous all the damn time, if you're arguing for every little thing, should not be together. It's not gonna work. Not saying you can't work on it and you can't make it blossom to a full mature relationship. But if you feel it's either too one-sided or you guys can't actually talk to each other without arguing all the time, and you guys can't have one person go out with their friends without you constantly
checking your phone or making sure, like, the whole like
it ain't. No, we're young and we have a relationship of like 30-40-year-olds.
Yeah, everyone always says we're like a married couple.
We've been together since we were 17. We're both 21 going on 22.
Going on 22. Hold on, we just got here. No, I agree with you 100%. I look at it as if there's no trust from like the jump, then like he said, we're not saying like
from the jump.
But no, that's not what I mean. I mean like if you're skeptical from the beginning, also look at it like, one, it could be you, depending on your past relationship before that, or just like you in general as a person. Try not to look for things to be skeptical about, just like kind of just go about it. We don't really argue about like real stuff. We have like petty little arguments. Like, it's mainly me and my attitude, I have to admit.
And then like me with
his little
trying to she has an attitude. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and then he has his attitude, but it's not like bad attitude. It's just like we're both a little stubborn with certain things, but like
that's where my humor kicks in.
As I said, like it's petty arguments. It's not like we're fighting constantly.
It's not like we're yelling at each other.
That's just not who we are. I don't know. It's hard to explain, like, you know, depending on the relationship and the couple, but that's just not the people that we are.
Furthest thing from toxic relationship.
It's gonna go ahead and this one. How long have you guys been?
We answered that in the last question. 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. Going on 4 years.
This year will be 4 years in
2
July.
Months. Do you guys have more things in common, or are you complete opposites? I think it's a perfect balance. I think we do have things in common. I think we have things that are complete opposites. Mm-hmm. That's what makes us work. We balance each other out. So it's like sometimes we'll have difference in opinion about something. That's healthy. We can't always agree on things. Yeah. Because then we won't know how to act towards each other when something comes up that we don't agree on.
With certain relationships, it's like if you guys don't have a lot of things in common, a lot of the times, over time, you will eventually learn to, I don't want to say like agree on those things, but you do see eye to eye on those things. A lot of the times when it comes to us, like our taste in music is a little similar. It's not exactly the same, but we do listen to a lot of the same music. Actually, no, we do listen to the same music. Like almost everything. I listen to
more
a lot
you to my music than me to your music.
Yeah, he listens to a lot of stuff, and it's like relative to like the things that I listen to, but I do listen to other shit, like a lot of other stuff.
I feel like you also adapt. You go and like you put just little things that you do, and then you'll see them doing the same thing. Yeah. Or them saying the same phrases, saying it the same way, and then it's like you guys went from being complete opposites. And then you guys start meshing.
Becoming like the same person, kind of. And not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way, because you still have your differences. It's just the little things. The good things about each other, you guys will catch on.
Yeah. Should we save the last one, like the most asked one, for like last? Or should we just get it out the way?
I don't know.
So a lot of you guys asked, like a lot, when or how did we meet? I don't know, like meet physically or just like meet, know each other, just like we're aware of each other's existence. Yep. I don't know exactly how it started, but I do know that, okay, Facebook brings everyone together, apparently. We all know this, especially within like the same area. So long story short, we went to the same elementary school. I went there from grades like pre-K to 2nd grade. If you have watched my video with Melissa, we kind of explained that a little bit more, but that's how I know Melissa, and that's how Melissa knows him, because when I transferred, it just so happened that he was transferring in, so we never actually got to meet physically at the school, but we did have mutual friends. And as I said in that video, I ended up like adding people on Facebook that I remember from grade school, and I was like, I don't know if I ever had a class with him. I can't really remember. He has a lot of the same friends as me. I don't know, but I don't know if I ended up adding you like then and there, or that was further down the line. But
I don't remember.
Getting into like how we started talking,
I was bold. I said, hey,
I don't remember.
Hey, with like, you know how you're like 1, 2, 3 Y's, depends on, you know, how much you like them, how much you want to talk to them. Yeah, so I hit her up. We were just talking as friends. It wasn't even like that.
It was as friends. It was like
just talking, on a friendly level. How, in my mind, I'm like, how do we have so many friends in common, like she was saying, and so I just want to know who
the same
you
people
is.
That I know, for real. Like, so I've never seen you before.
We were just talking. We ended up having conversations about who we knew, how where we were around, like neighborhood wise, by our elementary school. We
were friends, like, okay, online, whatever. I knew who he was, like I knew he was real, because like he was friends with a lot of the people that I went to grade school with, so I was like, okay, you know, it's not like you're a complete stranger.
We were Facebook hubby and wifey like
at one point times. Oh my god, but yeah, that's a whole nother story.
That was funny.
So further down the line, I ended up talking to this guy that I ended up, like, I went to grade school with him like from the beginning, so I knew him and I remember him from grade school. Like I remember having him in my class and everything, and I don't know if we were talking or if we were actually dating, but we would hang out, and I think it was like 8th grade going into freshman year of high school, and they ended up going to the same high school together. They were really good friends.
We knew each other from the elementary school.
Yeah. So they were close from like even in grade school, but I knew him, not him, but like the other guy, I knew him from like when we were kids. Anyway, so we ended up talking, me and that guy, and when we would hang out, I don't want to say you would third wheel, but like you would also too be like there in the mix, and that's when I actually like physically met him in person. And I was like, okay, you know, that's just your friend, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I've talked to you before, whatever. We would meet in person, you know, when we would hang out with my ex or my boyfriend at the time, whatever.
After that relationship that they had, we didn't talk to each other for a while, then we talked to each other again. and then
still on a friendly basis.
On a friendly, yeah. And then all of a sudden,
no.
What did
you cut a big part.
What?
I think it was you. You had hit me up talking about how, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say this is correct. You had said that you had like a little crush on me. Yes, you had a little crush on me on Facebook. You messaged me, and I was like, I don't remember the whole story. I don't have that same Facebook anymore, but all I remember was you had like said, I think you said you had a crush on me or something like that, and I was like, why didn't you say anything?
This is the story. First of all,
this is the tea.
Before she started dating dude, I hit her up, and I was like, let's meet at the park.
And what did I do?
I go to the park
yes.
with my mans, right? My boy at the time. We bike. My crib ain't close to that park.
Mine was though.
Hers was, and I picked that park because I knew it was near where she lived. So I go, we bike, cooling, waiting. She don't respond to a damn thing. She don't respond to no text, no calls.
I had agreed to go.
She agreed to go. Later that night, she's talking about, oh my god, I'm sorry. You flaked.
I flaked on him hard as hell.
There was a period in time we started talking. I mean, we didn't talk, but then that's when he moved next to me.
Oh yeah, because every now and then we would hit each other up very, like, you know, randomly, just like, how are you, blah blah blah. And I remember this was back in like my sophomore year of high school, so it was like 2014. I think that's how long have I been living here? Like 5 years, 6 years?
Oh.
Well, it was like 2014, I think. I believe that's when we moved
2014.
Here. 2014, summer 2014.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah, and I remember him telling me exactly like what area he lives. More specifically, the street that he lived on. So I asked him one day. I randomly hit him up. I said, hey, because I was living with my sister at the time with my mom, and me and my mom were moving out, and we found an apartment. And it was very familiar to the area that he had mentioned. This is random, we haven't talked in so long, but I hit him up. I said, hey, I know we haven't talked forever, blah blah blah, but I'm moving and I feel like you had said that you lived in this area. Well, like, what are the odds? What if we end up being like neighbors? This is like on some random ass shit. So he's like, you know, just being nice. Oh, wow, that'd be, you know, funny, blah, 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 whatever. He goes, well, what exactly is the intersection? And I told him my intersection. He goes, oh, wow, like, I live on that same block. And I'm like, what? Mind blown. That's fucking crazy. I gave him my address because I trusted him. I'm like, whatever. Because we ended up living on the same block. So I'm like, either way, you're going to know where I live. But he's like, dude, what the hell? And I was like, what? He goes outside and takes a picture of my house from his house, sends it to me, and goes, we're neighbors. And I'm like, what? Oh my god, I didn't expect that at all. I thought like maybe we live in the area or like live on the same block at least, but not be neighbors, like next door neighbors. Like we literally live next door to each other. So I was like, wow, I was really excited. I had told my mom, I said, I'm excited, blah blah blah. I've never actually had someone that lived next to me, like a neighbor that I was cool with, you know. All my friends lived far away or whatever. I'm like, it's dope to have somebody that you know live like right next door. But as I said, we hadn't really talked for a while, so it was a little awkward. But you know, we still were a little more comfortable through Facebook, but we would see each other often, say hi, blah blah blah. We had the same route to school. We got closer. I don't know, small talk on the way to the bus stop, at the bus stop, on the bus. We would hang out on my porch, hang out on his porch. Sometimes I would vent to him because at the time I did have a boyfriend, and it wasn't like anything like that between us. We were just, I looked at him
I had
as
a girlfriend
like,
at the time too.
yeah, so we were both in relationships. We just were good friends, we're neighbors. We used that opportunity to just like, you know, vent to each other, and we were good listeners. I listened to him, he listened to me.
Yeah.
We both were aware of each other's toxic relationships, and eventually that relationship ended. I was just all over the place. He was there for me. I don't want to say he was my rebound, but like he was there for me, comforted me a lot and helped me get through that. And he's still like into our relationship. He was still helping me get through that, because my relationship before him, like my previous relationship was, I think it was like 2.5 years, but those 2.5 years were long ass years. So it felt like a lot happened within those 2 years. So a lot of emotions were bottled up, and now they were released, but I didn't really know how to go about that. I didn't look at it as like, oh my god, oh, I'm out, like I'm free, blah blah blah. I looked at it as like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? I wasn't the same person I am now, so I looked at it a lot differently. We ended up slowly, very slowly,
it literally came down to
into
what was it, on the porch out of nowhere.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep.
I remember that happened.
We drive by with our kids one day. Like, hey,
that's the porch.
Yep.
That's the damn porch.
Good. Good.
Got me another Cheeto pup.
That was crunchy as hell.
That was. What do you guys think is key for having a long-lasting relationship? It's not like the other one, but like, what do we find that's essential when it comes to trust?
Trust and patience.
Definitely patience. Trust. I would say trust, patience, and definitely communication. Because if you are feeling one way about something and you're not expressing that towards like your significant other, how are they supposed to know how you feel? I wouldn't step into a relationship automatically like expecting things to be long term. I feel like we kind of took it day to day, and that's why we're still together and we're still going strong, because
we definitely had a bumpy road at the beginning.
Yeah, but that was more like
all peaches and cream.
Me, I had a lot of doubts because I was a little broken, but he helped with that a lot. But I do have to say that don't go in being like, this is the one for me. Like, just look at it as, just take it day by day. You guys are learning a lot about each other. Yep. You have to understand that you guys are two separate people. Not everything's gonna be peaches and cream like you said, but also you can't walk in thinking, I'm gonna marry this person. And I'm not trying to make it seem like don't go in a relationship hoping that things are gonna last, but I would just say take it day by day. Day by day.
And not all relationships, when they end, is because it's a bad relationship. Sometimes you just fall out of love, or you guys are going on two different paths. It's not made for you guys to be in a relationship in your certain career that you're going for, or it just, sometimes you just don't click, and you guys could be together for like a year or two, but that whole year or two you guys were just having fun and not really growing like roots in the relationship and actually building it from the ground up. You guys were just with each other to be with each other, and to be like, oh, I have a boyfriend or I have a girlfriend. Because that's what some people do. I know some people who do that. That instead of just living their life and doing what they want to do, like I know they want to do, they just jump into a relationship.
And like it's all about that relationship.
And then it's just about that. And I'm just like, dude.
And all the times those are the same couples, or couples that are a lot similar to that, are the ones that are constantly throwing it on social media, all over. It's kind of like putting up a front. Oh my god, we're gonna get married, blah blah blah, forever and always. Da, 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 da.
1 month later.
1 month later, they're not together anymore. It's because I feel like a lot of these couples nowadays, they're so quick to rush things. And I'm like, if you take the time to learn each other and grow trust, you can't just have trust right away. It's something you have to gain over time. And I'm not saying I didn't trust you when we first started, but I had trust issues. So that was something I had to learn over time. And as I said, we took it day by day. Slowly, we didn't jump in thinking like, oh my god, we're gonna get married. It's just, I enjoy your company. You make me feel safe. You make me feel secure. I trust you. I can open up to you. And it's like, we'll see how this goes. And a lot of the times, these relationships that are in the cupcake phase, or like the little cute phase where everything's all like
puppy love.
Yeah. We had that, and then I feel like we kind of matured right away. We're like, all right, well, let's just do what we gotta do.
Phase wasn't that long for us.
But I'm not saying like we're not cute. It's just that a lot of the times, couples, they try to hold on to that phase as long as they can, and I'm just trying to say like, it's okay to not be lovey-dovey
and then when they're not in the face, they're like, oh my god, you changed.
No.
No, man, it's just...
No, it's just we're maturing.
Matured.
We're used to each other now. We're content with each other. He's living his life, I'm living my life, but we're still doing things together. Like, I feel like now in our relationship, we're just now thinking long term. Okay, saving up to get an apartment, saving up for this, trying to get our lives together. I'm trying to finish school. He just got promoted. We're trying to figure out this whole like adult thing, because it's hard, because not everything's gonna be amazing and all woohoo. There's gonna be some rocky times, but you can't just give up right away either, if that makes sense. So okay, next question. Do you guys have any cute traditions? PS, love you.
Man, we used to have an anniversary tradition.
Yeah.
We went to this nice Italian restaurant,
and they just recently
closed down.
So
yeah, and it wasn't because of business. Their business was still good.
Yeah, but it was a really
packed
popular location.
I think it was because the owners rather retire and close it down with them, you know, doing good, than sell it and have somebody bring down their name. Yeah. It was such a good it was nice, dimly lit place.
And it wasn't too expensive, but
it wasn't too expensive. It was a 5-course meal, right? And I would get the chicken parmesan. She would get the
fettuccine alfredo.
Yeah, fettuccine alfredo. And it was 5 course. What I'm very sad about is they have phenomenal freaking wine.
Oh yes. And now
every time we were 21. Now that it's the first anniversary that we're 21, they close. We gotta find a new place. So that was a nice tradition that we had. I wouldn't say like traditions, like on this
things that we do together.
Yeah. So kind of twisting the question. I
feel like as we get older and further into our relationship, I feel like then we'll be able to fully start traditions. Because I mean, 4 years is a long time to most couples, but for us, it's like it's still the beginning. So we have a long way to go.
Yeah, because you look at it, if we're together 30, 40, 50 years, we're like, oh wow, those 4 years, that's literally the beginning phases. Okay, so we're gonna go over some of the questions that I found on Google. Who said I love you first? Me. I remember that day too, like it was just yesterday. So go ahead. What had happened was I'll listen. We were chillaxing. I'm relaxing, you know, eating. Chilling. I don't know what we were talking about. We were just talking. And then she said random as hell. No context. Randomly. It's like it just came out of me like nothing. I did this. I said, I did a double take. I said, what? I gotta go. I literally said, what? What do you say? She said, and she froze. She didn't know what the hell to say. But it came out of her naturally. And I was like this. I love you too. I mean, also, what do you say to that? What do you say? Like, how do you really, because if you don't. But it's not like I didn't mean it. It's just that you were kind of like. It was out of nowhere. It was random. It probably would have been more sense if we were like talking very, you know, in a very one-on-one conversation about our relationship, and then it came out, oh, I love you. It would have been, but no, I mean, I think it was better like that because it came out natural to her. I didn't like say, I'm gonna tell him I love him. It just randomly came out, but it was 100% genuine. Like I felt that, but I guess my body was like, bitch, can you say a hello? Like, time's a wasting. Yeah. So it was random, but it was me. What's my weirdest habit? Weirdest habit. And I'm weird, so there's a lot, or just a lot of things that I do. I'm trying to think of weird. You see, you do weird shit, but you don't have like a weird habit. I'm trying to think of a weird habit. You're just annoying. Well, shit. Tell me how you really feel. Well, me for you, one habit that I thought was a little weird, but also a little annoying at first was he would scratch his throat with that noise. That noise. I used to hate it. And you know what's crazy? Now, so cute. I find it so cute now. I don't know why, because he does it in his sleep, and I'll wake up and I'm like, you're so cute. And now I love it, but back then I was like, that's weird. Can you stop? Okay, so that was the last question. I hope this video was informative. I don't know. It kind of took a weird turn, and then we started just like challenging each other. Yeah. And I got a little sweaty because I'm not good with tests. So that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Bye.
And I was to say, is that really? You guys are both, I can see who wrote these. I'm holding my boob. Out of discomfort.
We're not putting that in there because my little cousin watches this.
Oh.
Bye.
Stop. I can hear you crunching in your arm, if that makes sense. Another one. I'm sweaty. You wanna put your hand back? And like me? Shit. Ow, my rib. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Bye.
Can you let me finish?